All right, let's stop all the lies about your Instagram stories views absolutely dying. In this particular YouTube video, I want to share how you can immediately boost your Instagram story views by up to 9x. Now, I'm fired up about this episode because this is something I've been testing over the last 30 to 60 days, and I have seen personally an up to 9x more views, interaction, and I'm gonna share you in this video exactly how I'm doing this. Now, I wanna jump right into this. As always, as a entrepreneur, as a business owner, as a marketer, as a content creator, we're always forced to continue staying in what I like to call the creative stage. I think sometimes, one of the biggest challenges we face is that technology is constantly evolving. It's constantly changing. So if you're like me or anybody else out there, it's like once you feel like you just mastered something, you just finally figured something out, and you're like, oh my gosh, okay, now I figured this out. Now I'm going to do it this way. Everything changes. Right? If you can relate to this, just say, oh my gosh, coach, yes, I absolutely know what you mean. Just when I feel like I figure out reels, I figure out carousels, I figure out stories, I figure out lives, I figure out this or that. It's like, oh, then now everything changed. Now you got to do it this way. I totally get it. In this video, I want to share exactly what I'm doing to boost my stories. Again, this is something that I feel will immediately boost your stories. Why is this important? Because the more amount of visibility and eyeballs you have in your stories, the more opportunities you're going to have to not only build and cultivate stronger, deeper connections and relationships with your audience, but even more so, more opportunities to promote and offer and share what it is you do, how you can help your folks, right? I want you to write this down in your notes. The people viewing my stories are my biggest raving fans. This is, the people who view your stories are what I feel your warmest audience, right? You can post something on your grid, on your wall via a reel or a carousel, and that's great, but that's you trying to tap into and reach a cold audience. The people who are viewing your stories on a daily or weekly basis, those are your people who are primed and ready to buy. So, real quick, if you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, be sure to hit subscribe. I drop a brand new video just like this every single Monday for you, and I want to ensure that you get notified about those, all right? So let's start with just a quick, simple checklist. 3 simple things that I'm gonna help you better understand how you can immediately boost your stories views by up to 9x just like I have. So here's your quick checklist today. Number 1, but let your stories expire. Okay, let's say that you post a story right now. It will expire in 24 hours from now, correct? We all know this to be true. Do not post another story until after that has expired and you've let that sit for another day. So for example, if you post a story on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m., it will expire Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. I personally recommend not posting another story or story sequence until Thursday morning. Your stories expire Wednesday morning. I like to just let it sit and kind of reset or reboot itself. This is just my own personal preference, okay? Before you actually go and post again. If you post 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 stories, that's fine. When they expire, for example, Wednesday morning, just let it sit the rest of the day. Don't post. Again, you might agree with that, you might not agree with that, but I want to help you get the most bang for your buck. Work smarter, not harder, okay? Gone are the days to where, again, in my opinion, that you need to be posting to your stories throughout the entire day because your views just go to absolute crap. Number 1, let your stories expire. Number 2, use the engagement features, okay? Is absolutely critical. But there's a twist to this, okay? Yes, I want you to use the features that they provide to you in Instagram, but what I have found that works best, the best out of all the features that you can be using in your stories to increase your views up to 9x like I have, is asking your viewers to reply or comment to that one particular story. You may or may not realize this, but when you post a story, there's a little box down along the bottom where your viewers can reply. And if and when they do reply, it automatically gets sent to your DMs. Taking someone who's engaging on your stories to now an intimate, private, one-on-one personal conversation. By them replying to your story, automatically goes to the DM. This is going to give you more opportunities to see how you can best help them. What other questions you can best help answer. Maybe it's just a casual conversation, that's fine. But this one simple strategy has worked better than any poll, any question box, any slider emoji bar in my stories, is the more amount of replies and DMs you can get within your stories to a particular story post can absolutely catapult your views. So last but not least, number 3, and I'm actually gonna maybe even have a picture show up over here, or maybe even over here, just to kind of show you the amount of views that I've been generating, thousands and thousands of views in my stories when, quite frankly, in the past, when I would post to my stories throughout the day, it would be in the high, 500 to 800, which is, maybe even 400 on terrible days, which is not great. All right. So last but not least, number 3, in my own last 60 days, again, like I shared, testing this over and over and over, multiple different pieces of content, my views have 9x'd while generating hundreds of DMs. Now I'm gonna give you a little secret. Once my stories expire and then I let them sit, and then that following day when I go to post to my stories again, the very first story that I post always, in most cases, is some sort of value-driven free resource. And I encourage my followers, the viewers of my stories, to just, reply a certain word in my stories to get immediate access to whatever that free thing is. Maybe it's my brand new YouTube video that I just launched on Monday. Maybe it's a brand new free guide that I just launched. Like I just launched a brand new viral reels checklist. If you have not yet grabbed that, head on over to my Instagram and just comment on one of my latest reels, the word list, right? And I'm gonna automatically send you that free download. This works best, okay? Trying to sell someone something in that first story typically doesn't convert that well. But if you can find ways to add additional value, I was literally just talking to another client the other day, and she has an amazing podcast. I'm like, why would you not use this system? And in that first story, talk to them a little bit about how you just dropped a brand new podcast, and to, drop the word podcast in the replies to that story to get sent that episode right away. Like, that's an amazing value add. Now, of course, you would need to have automation set up. Some of the automation, the automation tool that I recommend can be found down in the links down in the comments section. Over the last 60 days testing this, and up to 9x my views and stories, is leveraging and encouraging your viewers in your stories to reply or DM you directly. This by far will absolutely crush any other feature inside of stories for you. No matter what your current stories views are, watch and see what happens. The amount of people who start to engage, you'll start to get 5, 10, 15. There have been days when I have hundreds of people reply to my certain story, and those are the days that just absolutely skyrocket my views. Again, this has been a short, sweet, to the point, simple YouTube video teaching you how to immediately boost your Instagram story views by up to 9x in literally a matter of seconds, maybe even a matter of minutes, guaranteed. Lots and lots and lots and lots of our clients have been leveraging this, and hopefully now you can implement the same. Again, if you got value, feel free, please subscribe. But most importantly, I want you to comment down below and let me know, is this a strategy that you are now going to test yourself? And then keep us posted on the results. I think that would be super, super cool. God bless you, your family, and your business. We'll see you next week.